was watching the Super Bowl Sunday. I leaned back in the recliner and I could only move my neck.
And he says, "You need to take me to the hospital. I can't move."
I was diagnosed with MS a year and a half ago. Because of my MS, I have flare-ups every once in a while.
We went to the emergency room thinking he was having a MS episode. And it wasn't long after we were there that they mentioned pneumonia. They hospitalized him. The staff never agreed on a course of action, and I was watching my son die.
I came to Duke Raleigh because they're really trusted by my family. I remember getting into the ambulance, I remember getting here and seeing my dad, and then after that it's pretty much a blur.
Calvin was intubated for 14 days prior to his arrival to our ICU, and he was very sick when he arrived to us. His vent settings were very high.
His admitting nurse asked him what his goals were, what he wanted to achieve, and his first statement was, "I want to be able to rely on myself again." And she wrote it on the board so he could look at it every day. They knew what his goals were, he knew what his goals were, and they all worked to achieve those goals. From the very first day, he was told, "We're going to get you out of bed."
In the past, patients like Calvin would be sedated heavily just because they were intubated on the ventilator. And now Duke Raleigh Intensive Care Unit initiated an early progressive mobility program for intensive care patients to get the patient out of bed to walk. What the research has shown is that it decreases the length of stay, decreases mortality rates, decreases intubation days.
We'll count to 3, and then we'll help you to stand.
We were able to dangle him on the side of the bed. We were able to get him into the chair, ventilated, and then shortly after he was increasing building strength, we were able to walk him around the unit.
And once he was on his feet and he was moving, everyone was just going along with him. It was remarkable to watch. It was teamwork.
It was pretty awesome to be part of a group that was thinking out of the box, let's do this. That was awesome. If I walked the whole lap or if I walked just a little bit, their game plan for that day was to simply walk.
We usually have respiratory therapy involved, a nurse and a physical therapist. It was very exciting. It's like the whole team is just standing there cheering this patient on to, keep going, because we know it's so beneficial. We know, probably the next day we're going to be able to get them extubated because we're just making their lungs stronger.
This is a dedicated staff, and they work extremely well together. They're just amazing.
There are people who you pass and you meet that you know that you can just put your trust in, and I could trust his care. I am a strong believer in faith and fate. Fate put us here, and I have faith in the services that Duke Raleigh provide.